enjoy life far past examples that I've seen from people that I really know nothing about. Influences, things outside the realm what I feel are beneficial to my growth. Not saying that they're necessarily wrong or right, but that they don't fit into the direction in which I'm looking to go, the things in which I'm looking to seek to get accomplished. Appreciation, being thankful for every little piece of everything that comes across me, whether it's considered a challenge or just something that I celebrate. Enjoy life. Enjoy wisdom. Enjoy understanding. Enjoy valor. Enjoy being able to be an individual. I'm enjoying learning. It's been a process getting here, you know, but I'm thankful that my eyes are open and my heart is as well. I'm thankful for the people that are around me, the examples and influences that I get to absorb. I'm thankful for the breath I breathe. You know, and I know it sounds kind of simple, but at the same time, it's kind of an astounding thing, just like the way you were saying about the airplanes. I'm thinking about that in the sense of, wow, I just tell my fingers to move and they will. You know, those kind of things kind of get to me sometimes. The fact that I'm speaking these words out that's considered to be English, and not only am I speaking it and comprehend what I'm saying, but you are registering this just as quick as I'm saying. And on some level, I don't even know what we are or why we are, you know, but I'm thankful for it. And I get to not manipulate this life, but have dominion over it, you know. But that's a process in itself on learning how to even be that person. But anyway, thankful for this platform to get up here and be able to express yourself. Thankful for the ministry. Thankful for the teacher. You know, and thankful for this day. Y'all have a great day.
I looked at a verse in the Gospel of John, chapter 6. This is where I will begin. Gospel of John, chapter 6, verse 62 and 3. I thought about this morning. My primary goal always in teaching is, when they're talking about anything, is what could almost be considered what they call existentialism. It's always about life right now. I'm not really haven't ever been that I know of interested so much in preaching, but in how life works every day. And for that reason, I'm always introducing things, whether people receive them the same way I put them out or not. Working to introduce you to ideas of understanding you. There's no way I can introduce a concept to you that you can work until you can manage you. The biggest problem we have in our society is, I guess the technical term would be self-control. If you can't control you, no matter what instructions I give you, then you can't carry them out. Do you agree with me? And that's the problem we have among people. Well, the reason we have such an issue with self-control is you can't control anything you don't know. And by design, in terms of what the Bible teaches, who the devil is and all the other stuff we've made religions out of, by design, the enemy's only goal is to keep you from knowing you, because the only powerful thing on earth is human. Whatever we do is what happens. If you don't do it, it does not happen. Like I said last week, We are all self-made, but only the ones who feel they're successful will admit it. Everything we do is you. Your life is what you have made up. And our challenges, and one of the things I keep continuously trying to break down is this. We've learned things. Even if we don't know we know them, we know stuff. And the stuff that's in us, it's kind of like typing a subject into Google. When you put that subject in, everything that goes with it comes up. And we have separated our knowledge and our styles of life and ways of life into compartments. And sometimes what we need to make one area work is a combination of information that comes a little bit from each compartment. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? But in our minds, we keep them separated. This don't go with that. Religion is over here. My life is over there. That's secular. That's education. That's this. That's that. And if you keep those things separated, or try to keep them separated, which most of us do, then we will never benefit from what they can do for us collectively. And they can do a lot for us collectively. And one of the things I was showing somebody this in the life of Jesus, I like to point out Luke chapter 8. I'll just tell you what's in it, but I'd like for you to read it sometimes. I was talking to a preacher a few days ago, and we were talking about something, but I told him, look, man, just open, you got a Bible, open it to Luke 8. I wanted him to see the level of controversy that surrounded the life of Jesus, the man that they've made a religion around that doesn't really even fit his personality. In Luke 8, it begins by saying Jesus planned a tour of some surrounding cities where he was going to go and preach his good news, the gospel, his good news. And when he planned this tour, it talked about the entourage, the group of people that were with him. He had his disciples with him, and he had a group of women. Mary Magdalene, Mary the wife of Cusa, Joanna, and I think it was somebody named Susanna. They named about 4 of them, and then it said, and several other women who took care of him and his disciples out of their substance. If you can picture this, can you imagine the man who is going in and out of the synagogues preaching the word of God, healing the sick, raising the dead, proclaiming he's the Son of God? You traveling with Mary Magdalene, a very famous, very well-known woman who has profited from the business of prostitution. Mary, the wife of Cusa, a dancer. Susanna, and all these women had become wealthy by their beauty and whatever seductive qualities they possessed. You follow? I didn't write that. That's in the book. And he planned his tour, and this is who's with him. Jesus is on tour with a group of women that's taking care of him and his partners out of their home. I didn't write this. It's written in the book, and I think it's written in there for a reason. I didn't write anything, make it. I'm not even paraphrasing really. It's written just like I just said. That's controversy. Well, with that kind of controversy, then you take a group of religious people and you have them see this, and they constantly overlooked the things he got done. Because see, this is interesting to me. People really claim they want productivity and change, but that's really not true. If it conflicts with what they already believe, most people would rather not see change if it means they have to do some changing themselves. Matter of fact, I've seen people change just to stay the same. You know, when I see men get older, they don't want to grow older with the woman because that's changing. The way you relate is changing as you get older. So they need another 25-year-old. So I don't have to change. That's the idea of changing so you don't have to change. I don't want to change where my pleasure center is, what it comes from. I'm me. and I'm going to be me. Now you come to that and then start talking about a man named Jesus Christ who said we're supposed to be transformed into something. So the alternative to that transformation becomes religion, which is what we wound up with. Religion was never really meant to be religion, I think, but not what Jesus presented. Jesus was more a philosopher. And if you listen to his teachings, this is why I can't just, I wanted to, I can find passages of scripture, but I would talk all day long because they just keep coming. But what he presented was ways of life. And last week I showed you in Luke 6, Tuesday night we talked about Luke 6 where he said this. If you come to me, he said, if a person comes to me, listens to what I'm saying, and practices what I'm teaching, I will compare him to a person who built his house on a rock. You remember that? It's also found in Matthew chapter 7. He built his house on a rock. It said what? The rain descended, floods came, wind blew, beat him on the house. It did not fall because what? Found him on the rock. Whoever hears my sayings does not put them into practice, I will compare him to a person who built his house on sand. Rain descended, floods came, winds blew, beat on the house. Same circumstances. What happened? This was prayer. It was built on particles, built on sand, things that could not cement themselves together, which is similar to the idea I'm trying to present to you. See, most of us are all over the place in our philosophies. We do one thing for this reason, another thing for that reason, another thing for this reason. There's no foundation to why we behave. And if you don't develop a foundation of how you behave, the reality is you can build a house. This is a mistake people make through religion. The ignorance of religion has gotten a lot of people thinking that, you know, they have to constantly promote their ideas about God. Well, God knows it's about God. You don't have to keep reminding people it's about God. Everything is about God. He made the earth. If he made the earth, then everything becomes about God if you own the earth. But what about God should it be about? What principles? How should we be operating? Do y'all follow me? And I'm trying to take this setting and take it all the way out of a religious context, because if you can't, it won't get through to you. Because you're going to take the information in and you're going to stick it in one of those compartments. And that's where it's going to stay. And there'll be no miracles done in people's lives because you won't pull it out. Does this make sense? The reason Jesus did miracles is because he took God into situations that people didn't normally take God into. He took his faith into everything. Now, a statement, I was reading a quote by, I'm trying to think of this guy's name. He had a real interesting name, but he was a philosopher. I might have written it down. Yeah. Soren, it was Kierkegaard. He and Nietzsche and some of the other people they considered to be existentialists made a statement that he said I think this because I didn't write it down. People fight for the right, for freedom of speech.